And good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning on this 11.13.2023. Current time is 05:52 a.m. Eastern Time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York where I live and reside. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Twitch. Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, X/Twitter, and on the Facebook, public Facebook, it's the real Fireman Rich. But we're here on Twitch at Fireman Rich, and good morning, Jeeves. Glad to have you here. Haven't seen you in a little bit. I hope all is well with you, sir, out there in Vancouver, Canada. Glad to see you here, and we do have the morning coffee, which I put this down as a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. That's what it's all about, getting the day started and such. And the coffee is tasting good this morning. Everything is good with you, Jeeves. That's very good to hear. Glad to have that, sir. I know you came in last. I did a lot of broadcasting this weekend. Well, actually, yesterday, and I was supposed to be on last night. Well, not supposed. I wanted to be on last night. There was sort of a Ted Hicks hosted a post game, which I actually slept through last night. That's the reason why I didn't make it last night. I just before before I did my morning tweets, I sent our good friend Ted Hicks a DM as far as that goes. Here he is, Ted Hicks. He's a great guy. He's I gotta watch the replay, Ted, if you're watching this. But Ted Hicks was on last night. Brian was on there last night. That was cool. I saw just the clip art there of the beginning. I saw there on the YouTube and on the Twitter. And there's Tony D was on there last night, who hosted Belt Kings Fantasy Football yesterday. That I was a guest on there, which I always appreciate being on Tony's show. We had great fun yesterday, but last night, there he is. Good morning, Fireman Rich and Mrs. Roberts. She's not up yet, and saying good morning to Jeeves saying good morning. And I'm in the cheap seats. Okay, yeah, you're getting ready to get on the train, I take it. It's Monday. It is a Monday, start of a new work week and stuff like that. I got to get my butt out there along with the missus to do some walking here later on when the sun rises. Yeah, Ted, I slept through the game last night. I transitioned from here out to the living room when the missus went to sleep. I had my phone because I figured I'd hear just check to see if you were to come on, you or Tony come online last night. I don't think I lasted 5 minutes. I think as soon as the missus went and I was just getting comfortable in the first commercial, I was out. I saw that they scored a field goal. The Jets scored a field goal, and that was the only thing I remember about the whole game. I see that they lost. They couldn't hold off the touchdown that I looked at the box scores. So I apologize for not making. I wanted to be on there last night. I was planning on it, but I didn't take a nap yesterday. We were so busy broadcasting yesterday morning. I started out with a 2-hour. Well, let me back up. Saturday, I got 2 good hours of gaming on Lord of the Rings, which I love. I had fun doing that. Got a lot accomplished on there. The 2 hours. Had fun doing that. And then yesterday started out. Or no, Saturday. What did we do Saturday? Saturday, we had a regular broadcast, a guest stars broadcast. That's right. We had Tony and we had Carmen on the broadcast. She wasn't really. She just had she was up with voice only. That's right. Saturday we had a regular, and that was fun. That was good. That was. We were using guest stars Saturday. We had Carmen Layseth. I don't know if I pronounced that right, Carmen. And we had Tony D on Saturday, and we were up for it was a couple hours. Or I was up for a couple, and then Carmen came in the second hour and stuff. She said hello from California. Said, hey, come on up. And she said, no, I'm not looking too good. It's early morning. And she just it did the old Periscope thing as far as is that what they used to do in Periscope? Well, when you're not seeing this face, you're seeing just a still picture or of something or an icon or stuff like that. It wasn't live and stuff. But Carmen has her own broadcast and show on Thursdays, all about the joy. So it's always good having people up in the guest stars slot. I love that. I love talking to people, and we have a good cast of people that I still in contact. And I've known since Haps days. I gotta recognize Haps. That's one of the good things about Haps, as far as that goes, and and such. And I'm in the cheap seats, just audio. Yeah, yeah. And I think you just came in right at the tail end there, Jeeves. Or else it was Rick Costa, which I greatly appreciate you just coming in. You can watch the replay on that. Just go ahead and skim through to the part where Carmen comes on. All the rest of the stuff, it's just regular bonehead, knucklehead broadcaster stuff. And then yesterday, that's when I played the 2 hours of Lord of the Rings yesterday morning instead of just coming up. I might start doing that on Sunday mornings. I think that's a good time to do the gaming. And then Belt Kings Fantasy Football with Tony D, which, again, there's Tony D. We had a great cast up. We had like we had six people up again. We had Brian, we had Michael Bathurst, we had Ted Hicks, who's here in the comments right now. Greatly appreciated. An ad start, just to let you know, in about 1 minute and 36 seconds. I don't have the big screen up. I just got the Chromecast up on the back screen there and stuff like that. Don't want to bother with it. I'm not gonna. I'll bring it up once in a while, but it's. I think I almost like that better as far as it's a little more subtle. On the weekend it was fun. But we had this gentleman called Tim. His name is Tim Brown. Great guy. This is the second weekend he's been up. He is very, very, very a very good guy to follow. Tim Brown. What's his Twitter handle? Let me see. What was his Twitter handle? His Twitter handle is Simply Tim TV, at Simply Tim TV on X/Twitter. Great guy. And then of course Tony D, and I was up there, and it's fun. It is. I love that as far as the conversation that we have. It's sort of post Haps, after a year or two, and it's just better than Haps was, I think, in that aspect. Haps, it just seemed like, I don't know, there was some tops. I was talking over Michael, and I apologize, Michael. I'm a big mouth and stuff, and then Michael, it's just a great broadcast. And I'm sure Ted Hicks with Tony and Brian last night. I got to watch the replay, Ted, and I'm looking forward to watching that this morning as far as that goes on my slate of things to do. So let's see. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Oh, let me check the broadcast here for a minute. Let me check the sound. Yep, sound is good. Latency is low. We got that's one thing I was noticing on Tony D's broadcast, because I simulcast it on my channel, and it was at 30 frames per second as far as that goes. I don't know if that's the way it was set, but let's see. The current let's see. Let's wait, because we got a commercial in a minute, and Jeeves. Do I have Jeeves? Some? Yeah, you're a VIP, right? Did I make you? Yeah, you're a VIP. So you don't get it, and Ted, you don't get it. And so the people that are watching in the cheap seats, not the VIP box that Tim and that's what you guys are in, Ted. You guys are in my VIP box. If you got the VIP, you're in my VIP box. I like that. That's my saying. You're in the VIP box. But we got a commercial going in about 27 seconds. And I can't tell from the big screen because I have it off, but I have a countdown clock that is going, and we're going to wait and see what happens for after the commercials and stuff and such. And ad break ends. It's just a 1 minute ad break, so So I had a fantastic time yesterday. If you're watching this on the replay on Rumble and YouTube, thank you very much. I do repurpose this over on Rumble and YouTube, and you don't. I talk when I say the commercial break. Twitch has this commercial thing. It comes up, and the commercials go, and they'll be on for another 30 seconds. As far as that goes, I'm seeing one on the Surface 3 here. You'd probably see them on here, but that's what's on the big screen is the Chromecast, so it's just showing pictures. What else is on there? It shows, yeah, just the pictures. That's David F. Watson took that picture. Looks like the picture of a front door of some sort. So we're ending the commercial. So let's see. Next one's roll around in about 30 minutes. So we're in that every 30 minutes. Ad break ends. Your community is back. Thank you for being back, community. As far as that goes. Actually, there's several ads here I'm still seeing on the Surface 3. 2 of 5. Are we in the long? This must be the long ones. As far as that goes. So we'll just hang loose here, drink some coffee and stuff. But the football games yesterday, nothing really exciting. We'll go over it as far as that goes. I was sort of hoping the Jets won. They almost pulled it out last night as far as that goes. So the football was sort of. I had more fun. Excuse me for a moment. I had to clear my throat. I had more fun being on Tony's broadcast. I mean, I was banging off the walls as far as just I love that. And the football games are like, okay, the football game's on. Let's see. Took me a while to post everything up, I guess, because I still had the Lord of the Rings. Seahawks won. Yeah, the Seahawks won. Okay, I didn't know that. Jeeves, so good for the Seahawks. I think I picked the Seahawks to win anyway. As far as that goes, I'll go over that and stuff. Ted says to me, he says he's doing really bad, and I says, yeah, you're doing bad. I'm doing worse. I didn't do so good last night. As far as that goes, so I think I have enough to where I'll still be in first place overall. I don't think there's no way I'm just for this weekend. I think I'm like in the middle. I'm like third or fourth as far as that goes. Okay, we're back. We'll be talking about football here in a bit. But currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, it is 24 degrees Celsius. Or no, not Celsius. That's 24 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -4 Celsius. If I was 24 degrees Celsius, it'd be 75 degrees. I wish it was 75 degrees. It's 24 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -4.4 degrees Celsius. It's dark out as far as that goes. It's going to be dark until the sun rises this morning, but later on it will be sun and cloud mixed, high of 49 degrees, winds south at 10 to 15 miles an hour. I might get the solar panels out. I might get my older pair of solar panels out. Maybe both of them. But the sun is going to be rising this morning at 06:53. Good morning. Ted says good morning too. And Ted, the missus, says good morning. She's up and about again. So let's see. 06:53. It's 6:05 right now. 6:06. So it's going to be in about 47 minutes. 47 minutes, the sun will be rising here in the southern tier of upstate New York at 6:53 a.m. and be setting at 4:48 p.m. It goes down. The sun goes down quick now. It got dark really quick yesterday. Our world times and temperatures, as I speak, in Honolulu, Hawaii, we have 79 degrees Fahrenheit in Honolulu at 1:01 a.m. Cloudy skies and partly cloudy, partly clear. Phoenix, Arizona at 4:06 a.m. It is clear sky, 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Out there in Vancouver, Canada, where Jeeves is at, it's 44 degrees Fahrenheit, 8 degrees Celsius. Thank you, Jeeves, for that weather update there for Vancouver. I greatly appreciate it, sir. Chicago, Illinois at 5:07 a.m. Clear skies, 43 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the jungle, that's where Ted Hicks is going to be going to when he gets on the train for work this morning, as he's listening to this knucklehead on his soapbox. We have 6:07 a.m. currently here. It's clear skies in New York, 37 degrees Fahrenheit in the jungle, the New York City area. Across the pond in Cork, Ireland at 11:07 a.m. Partly sunny, partly clear, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Milan, Italy. Sunny skies in Milan this morning at 12, or actually it's noontime there, 12:07 p.m. 54 degrees Fahrenheit. In New Delhi, India at 4:37 p.m. 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Cloudy skies. Cloudy skies in Mumbai, which is south of New Delhi. Mumbai at 4:38 p.m. 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Kuala Lumpur, we got clear skies in Kuala Lumpur at 7:08 p.m. in the evening, early evening. 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan at 8:08 p.m. Clear skies in Tokyo, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. In Melbourne, Australia at 10:08 p.m. late evening. They're getting ready to end their Monday as we're starting our Monday. Melbourne, it's partly cloudy, partly clear, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia at 10:08 p.m. Partly cloudy, partly clear, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as we speak. Let's see. I have a thought for today, and actually the thought for today is from a gentleman that I think I posted him a thought for today. We have him 2 days in a row, and that's Mr. Ralph Waldo Emerson, who went by the name of Waldo, was an American essayist. We had him a couple times last week too, I think, at least one time last week. Was an American essayist, lecturist, philosopher, abolitionist, poet, and led the transcendental movement in the mid-19th centuries. He was born up there in Boston, Mass., and he passed away in Concord, Mass., which is right outside. I lived in the Concord, Lexington area for several years when I was up there at Hanscom Field. But his thought, what was his thought for today yesterday? We had him yesterday also. Where is it? There it is. Most of the shadows of this life are caused by our standing in our own sunshine. Oh, so we create our own problems. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, I just posted. I didn't. So, but this morning's thought for today, and our quote from Waldo, Ralph Waldo Emerson: "To finish the moment, to find the journey's end, in every step of the road." To live the greatest numbers of good hours is wisdom. I'll read that again because I got a good takeaway. This is a good one because especially the ending part there. To finish the moment, to find the journey's end in every step of the road, to live the greatest number of good hours is wisdom. My takeaway on this is we don't have an infinite amount of time to spend on this earth. We have a set amount of time. It's either plus or minus a little bit depending on how we live our life. If we live a good life and our journey is good, as we kick the can down the road, as I like to say, we utilize those good hours that we have on this blue marble wisely, and I think that's what Emerson, Ralph Waldo Emerson, was talking about. Tina, good morning. Tina's here, our Jersey girl. Good morning. She's saying good morning to G's, good morning to Ted, and I say good morning to you, Tina. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you here. So Ralph Waldo Emerson, a very wise quote this morning about the wisdom that we should look at the time that we have on this journey that we are continuing, and I like to say kick the can down the road. And Ted is saying hi to Tina, and Jeez is also saying good morning to Tina. We're glad to have you here, Tina. Haven't seen you here. I know you've been busy. Okay, you said that and stuff like that, and we're just glad to have you here, and we know that you're doing good. So you're having a good journey in a sense, according to Ralph Waldo Emerson's quote here. I like this quote. I really do. This is to finish the moment, and the moment is our overall life here on this blue marble. To find the journey's end in every step of the road. That's everything we do in our life. To live the greatest number of good hours. We want all our time here to be good, okay? And that's going to come into our national day today, because I preempted our national days. I got a good one. But to live the greatest number of good hours is wisdom. So we have to be smart. Yeah, I like it too, Tina. That's a good one. That's what Ralph Waldo Emerson. I almost like. He's almost as. I mean, he has some great quotes. His poetry is good too. I can't think of a poem. I know I've read quite a few of his poems, because that's where I first. I always heard the name Waldo, Ralph Waldo, but it always goes back to my English 101 and 102 when I was taking college studies through the University of Maryland with Dr. Cepeda, and I thought I was over my head, and I wasn't. I was an average student, I'll admit that, but I had, once I got past my fear of being in that class, because it was a college class, and I was a young, dumb, stupid young airman. But it was fun. I have some good memories for taking those classes with Dr. Cepeda. She was a great professor, and a woman that lived for her books of literature and stuff like that. So God bless her. I'm a poetry person, so I know them all. Yeah, I know you are, Tina. I appreciate that. You bring that aspect here into the broadcast. I greatly appreciate that. It's just like I have fond memories when I tell that. I know I've probably said it a dozen times here about Dr. Cepeda, but she was a great individual in my life. My few minutes that I spent my life here on the. Let's see. Our National Day today. I looked at this picture and I said, I don't know. National Indian Pudding Day. This picture does not look good. It looks like some raisins and some nuts on top of a yellow consistency. I don't know if I like that. But there's only two. This is the one I like. The time we spend on this big blue marble. I'm always talking. We want to make sure we live a good life and stuff like that. Part of that is giving back to other people's, and that is being kind. Being kind is very important in one's life. So today is World Kindness Day. World Kindness Day for November 13th. As part of World Kindness Day, we are encouraged to spread kindness, and I'm spreading the word here on this broadcast that you need to be kind. It's good to be kind, because the amount that you give, you get as much back in kindness eventually. Okay, not right away, because people say, is this person acting weird? Because a lot of people, you look at a person that's acting, so what do they want? You're always on the defensive and stuff. I love it. Be kind and love everyone. Yes, I like that too, Tina. Yes, so kindness. By spreading kindness, it's like an infection cold. Because somebody will think about that the rest of their day, as far as that goes. That's one of the things I miss being at the day job, because I did a lot of things, so I was all over the site as far as that things, doing various things for various projects and all that. And one of those things is walking in the long hallways, and going down the hallways, I would always make it a point to say hi to people that had their face buried in their phone like this. Oh, hi there. Oh, what did you say? That's the culture of the world today. But I would make it a point. I'd have fun with that, and people got to know me where they be in their phone, and then I think they had peripheral. They see me coming down. Oh, hey, hi, Rich, because I said hi to them initially. Didn't know them, new person coming into the site or something like that, and I would make it a point, sort of the glorified walking Walmart greeter and stuff like that. And I said, oh yeah, and they would remember that. That's just a little bit of, it goes a long way. So I miss that as far as from the day job. But we want to share it more than usual because studies show when other people observe kindness in action, they are more likely to carry out an act of kindness too. So it's infectious. So it's right there. The studies have shown that it says studies, so there's somebody studying it and stuff like that. So hashtag World Kindness Day is today. So just say hello to somebody you don't normally say hello to, as far as that goes. So um, there we go. We have let's see. Tomorrow is let's see. We're doing good there. And tomorrow is Tuesday, so normally Tuesdays and Thursdays I do the Fireman Rich audio podcast. Tomorrow will be the oh, Tony D painted posted his Happy Veterans Day over on Mixcloud. I will be doing a Mixcloud broadcast tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Tuesday. I got the 14th and the 28th, the two Tuesdays. The thing I do on my Tuesdays is do the be the wannabe radio DJ on Mixcloud .com/. Richard M. Roberts. And I see Tony has a Happy Veterans Day. He posted that up there. And that was a thing when I was repurposing the Bell Kings Fantasy Football. I had the title that was up there, even though I changed it in my on my Twitch side to Bell Kings Fantasy Football. It said Happy Veterans Day. It was residing. I had to change that again. So we'll be doing a broadcast tomorrow, or it's sort of live recording, a one-shot deal that I post up right a bit. It's not live, but it's recorded live right here at the desk, where I'm going to look at some songs. I present 8 songs over there, and I like being the wannabe radio DJ. It's what's my tag say? A fireman retired doing the radio thing on this thing called the internet, playing as a want-to-be radio DJ, remembering playing and listening to the oldies of rock and roll past and the newest of today's rock and roll. I don't have too many new songs of, but playing and listening to music on this cloud called Mixcloud of good listening music that simply pops. And my genre is mostly rock and roll. I like rock and roll. I grew up on rock and roll. I can listen to country. I like rock country. Rock country is pretty cool, and some other things. So there we have it there. Let's see. In our history, and we're moving right along. Oh, it's already 30 minutes. Okay. In our history for today, let's see. History for today. What do we got? Oh, here we go. Something that's New York State related. 96 years ago, and I used to go through this tunnel, the Holland Tunnel down there in New York City, open, connecting New York City and New Jersey under the Hudson River, consisting of 2 tubes and made of a series of cast iron and steel rings bounded with 19 inches of concrete running over 8,000 feet in length. It's going underneath the Hudson River from the Jersey side over into the New York City side. It was designed by Clifford Melbourne Holland. Holland, that's why they got the name. They named it after the guy who designed it. The project's chief engineer, who died in October 1924 before it was completed. It is both a National Historical Landmark and a National Historical Civic and Mechanical Engineering Landmark, because I used to go through there going down to the city as a kid. We used to drive down. My father would do 2 things. We'd take 17 all the way down to on the Jersey side at what the hell is that place? Fort something. What the hell is that place? I gotta look. I gotta bring up the Google map here. But we take 17 down to the Jersey side. Well, we get down past Roscoe and we go off into the Jersey side, or else we'd stay on the New York side and go down the highway there through Queens and the Bronx, or is it the Bronx and Queens as far as that goes? Let me bring up the map here. Maps. There we go. What's the name of that place in New York City? Hey, Tim Fan. Good morning. Tim Fan is in the house. Tim Fan coming in from Michigan. Fort Mammoth, yeah, New Jersey. I think that's what it is. That's yeah. 17 goes all the way down to Fort Mammoth, and before you get into the Holland Tunnel, but or else what was the other place where we would turn off? Let's see. Let me get it. Yeah, Fort Mammoth. That's I think that's where you would go to get the. Okay, here's Jersey. Okay, I'm bringing up Jersey now. Let's see. Well, we go all the way down to Suffren, Marwa. What the hell is that? It's right there. West Nyack. Fort something. What's the Fort something that's down in Jersey? Fort. Anyway, we either go across the come across if we take 17 and we take 17 all the way down, and we go across what used to be the Tarrytown Bridge. It's now the Mario Como Memorial Bridge. That's a God, what's that bridge called? Governor Mario Como Bridge there. Um, hey, Tony, salute to you. Hashtag positive start today. Tony says good morning. And down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 66 degrees for the high, 49. And he's saying good morning to everybody. But we would either go across what was that bridge called? The Tarrytown Bridge, which is now the Governor Mario Como Memorial Bridge, and come down the New York side, or else we'd go down into the tunnel, the Holland Tunnel. And we used to go through the tunnel a lot because I think my father knew I liked going through the tunnel. It was a big adventure because going across the Tarrytown Bridge is like, it's okay. Then we come down going into Yonkers and as far as that goes, and going down through Manhattan over to Brooklyn, and we go past Grant's tomb. And my father would always say, "Oh, there's you know who's resides in Grant's tomb?" And you hated the tunnel, Tina? I thought it was so cool going through there. I've been through there. I was there. I remember going through there once a long time ago after I got out of the service, and I got a little scared. It gets I mean, as a kid, I thought it was cool, but I don't know. But it's like I said today, 96 years ago. It's been around for coming up on 100 years. So it's pretty cool. The transit cops that would be on the patrol for the Holland Tunnel, some of those guys, they would want to get become an aircraft rescue firefighter. They would to go to Kennedy, LaGuardia. That's where they started. But the firefighters at those two airports, they were police officers or transit cops, and they wore guns. You know, they were only firefighters that I knew of that they were authorized to wear a sidearm. So there we go. I hate tunnels. Wow, yeah. So glad to have you, Tony. I was just saying I slept through the game last night. That's why I missed yours, and Brian's broadcast last night. So would have been great being there. Let's see. Harmel Corporation, which is out there in Minnesota. I didn't know that. Minnesota meatpacking workers sat down on the job back in 1933 for 3 days, demanding higher wages in what was perhaps the first successful sit-down strike in American labor history. Oh, okay, because we just got done with the Writers Actors Guild thing. 167 years ago, Big Ben made its first bing bong outside the place of the palace of Winchester, the colossal bell struck and reverberated as the London Times reporter wrote, like a proton poison that penetrates every vein in your body. Commissioned by Sir Benjamin Hall, from which it took its name. Oh, okay, there we go. It was after the creator again, and built by John Warner and Sons of Stockton Upton Tees. It debuted at the foot of the still incomplete clock tower. It's incomplete still? Okay. Let's see. And 41 years ago today, the Vietnam Veteran Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. Back in 1982. And we're moving on. What else we got? Going on the AP side. 1775, during the American Revolution, the Continental Army captured Montreal. We captured Montreal. I don't know why we didn't hang on to Canada, geez. You would have been an American citizen. I don't know. Somehow they muffed up the battle there, the wars, one of the wars. I don't know if it was, yeah, it was, it could have been the French took over the British or something like that. Let's see. In 1789, Benjamin Franklin wrote in a letter to a friend, Jean Baptiste Leroy, "In this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes." Oh, okay, that's where we got death and taxes. Let's see, it's 1942. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed a measure lowering the minimum draft age from 21 to 18. Okay. And 1971, the U.S. space probe Mariner 9 went into orbit around Mars. And we were landing on the moon still there in 71. In 1979, former California Governor Ronald Reagan announced here in New York his candidacy for the Republican presidential nomination, and he got the nomination, became a president, and he is by far my favorite president. Let's see. In 2017, the Oakland Raiders broke ground on a 65,000 seat dome stadium in Las Vegas, where I think they lost. Did they lose? I think Las Vegas lost. Let me check here real quick. It's a nice stadium. I think I caught a little bit of that game. Did they win or did they lose? What's going on here? I need the scores. Where's the scores? There's the scores on NFL. Excuse me. You're going to come up. Where are my scores? Boy, this Surface 3 is slow. It's old too. I've had it for a couple of years. The Surface 3 is the device that I won from a box of cereal. Okay, let's see. We're looking for Las Vegas. Where's Las Vegas? Or no, they won. They beat the Jets last night. I'm sorry. Okay, that's why I saw that stadium before I went to bed. Okay, yeah, that's a nice stadium, but they broke ground, and they eventually ended up leaving Oakland to become the Las Vegas Raiders. I wonder how many did the Jets have any takeaways in that game, Ted? If you're still there, or Tony? Because I know I was saying something yesterday on Tony's broadcast there, Belt Kings Fantasy Football, that the Jets, most of their wins, significant wins, especially the win against the Bills, there was takeaways. They had some takeaways. Be it, I don't know if it was for, they have a pretty decent defense, but I think it was we got an ad break that ends in 1 minute and 30 seconds, so we're in an ad break right now. So I don't know what the hell's going on here with my scores. I don't want the NFL channel. I just want my raw scores. Let me replug this in. NFL. So the Jets lost last night, 12-16. That's a low-scoring game. The Jets, yeah, they were winning in the first quarter. Still in the second, at the halftime, they were winning 9-6, and then the Las Vegas Raiders tied it up with they field goals. We were talking about this yesterday in Tony's broadcast, and Michael was making point of it. Field goals. There's a boatload of field goals being kicked, and then let's see, the Jets got a field goal, but the Raiders came through with a touchdown there. I'm gonna have to watch the replay on that. Of course, my Giants lost. They got their butts kicked. The most significant thing next week broadcast, Tony, for me was during the Giants Dallas game. Both teams went for 4th and 1. We did one last night too, man. I assume you were. Yeah, I was asleep, Tony. I woke up this morning. I saw the alert from Ted. He sent me the link to join last night, and it just I didn't even see it when I was closing everything down last night because I fell asleep. Woke up about 12:30. I shut everything down. ADS, 5 of them. Yeah. But what's ADS? I have ADS. 5 of them. Lots of laughs. Yeah. They had 5 takeaways. There was 5 takeaways in the game. Was that on the Jet sides or the? But at any rate, I messaged Ted this morning and stuff like that, and had a little laugh about it because it's just you wore me out too much yesterday on your broadcast, Tony. We had a good time on Tony D's broadcast again. That's a good time. That's we got there's a good. And Tony's, I think jokingly, Tony said, I don't know if it was in the broadcast or in the green room. He said, well, we got to keep this down to an hour. And you can't keep it to 1 hour with 6 people. I'm sorry, you can't. There's no way you can. Especially with one of those people being Michael and stuff like that. But, it's just like if everybody, and Michael even kind of, no, I think you did mention it because Michael said something about, it might have been. I'm not sure. I know it was mentioned as far as you're explaining to Tim on keeping it to 1 hour, and this broadcast yesterday and last week, they were both 2 hours, but they're fantastic broadcasts. I had a ball. I had fun. People watching it probably. What are these jokers talking about? Let's see the games yesterday. The Bills beat the Panthers on Thursday night last week. The Patriots lost to the Colts over in Germany. We're back now. Okay, you're back. What do you mean you're back? You should be seeing Are you seeing commercials, Tony? You shouldn't be. You're a VIP. Are you seeing the commercials, Tony? Yeah, we're back now. You are. You shouldn't be. You're a VIP, for Christ's sakes. I don't like that. I thought if you're a VIP, you don't see the commercials. Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't like that. Anyway, okay, moving on to football here. I'll remember that. So yeah, the 49ers and Cowboys. Yeah. 49ers, they won. Which I picked the Jaguars. Jaguars looked bad yesterday. And 49ers, they got it back together. They look strong. So Dallas, they beat the Giants, but I think they won the game before they even stepped on the field. As far as that goes, I don't have really faith in the Giants this year. They're not going to be going anywhere. Even the announcers are talking how they can use the rest of this season just to rebuild for next year. So let's see. Browns beat the Browns and Ravens. That was a close game there. That came right down to the wire. Lots of laugh. Tony, I had to rub it in. Okay. Browns, they prevailed over the Ravens. That was a big win for the Browns, so watch out. Steelers beat the Packers. The Packers, they played a little bit. I watched most of that game. That was Pittsburgh, they played good. Again, 49ers beat the Jaguars. Actually, I was watching that game, and it got to be all one-sided. I switched over to the Packers and Steelers, and then after the Packers-Steelers, they showed the ending of the Browns-Ravens. My Vikings, they beat that new quarterback they have for the Vikings. Oh my God, the kid can. The kid, I watched some highlights. The kid can play. He beat the Saints 27-19. About to be working. I'll try and stay out. Okay, Tony, no problem. If not, have a great day at working. You had the Vikings too, Tina? Okay. Bengals lost to the Texans. Big win for Brian. Hey, good morning, Helen. Helen coming in from Scotland, Edinburgh, Scotland. I raised my coffee cup to you, Helen. I think you probably have coffee. Tony saying good morning to you, and as far as that goes, and glad to have you here. Um, let's see, Bengals. Bengals. I had the Bengals in that game. The Texans won, which is great for Brian. I think he was the only one that had the Texans. Buccaneers, they beat the Titans. That's another upset there as far as that goes. And Leggy Lady 01, that's Helen. She's saying good morning to Tina and Tony. And let's see, the Lions, they won. That was a close game there, 41-38. That's a high scoring game, but close. And Helen, I just got back in the car, so I'll be driving. Okay, Helen, I appreciate. That's fine. I really appreciate you being here, Helen, and listening. Thank you very much. Helen is a regular viewer for those folks that are watching on the replay on and Rumble and YouTube. She does broadcast here on Twitch. It's Helen. She's at Radio Leggy on X/Twitter, and we enjoy having her here. She keeps us up to date on what's going on over there on the European in her neck of the woods of the UK and the European continent there. So we appreciate you being here. And let's see, Tina, you had Lions and Bucks. I don't know if I think I had the Titans, the Bucks. So that's good for Baker Mayfield as far as getting a win, 20-6. That was the home games. Lions beat the Chargers in San Diego. This is another big one. Cardinals beat the Falcons 25-23. And I have a suspicion. I have my nephew. I talk about my nephew who was in the service. He's still in the service. He's getting ready to retire, I think. He was at that game yesterday. He was at that game. So he probably had fun because he's a Cardinals fan. He lives out there. He's stationed now at what's the air base that's out there in Arizona? I can't think of the base for the life of me. Of course, the Giants losing to the Cowboys. They got their butts kicked. And then the Seahawks, close game with the Commanders there, but that's G's team. The Seahawks won. And then the Jets losing to the Raiders. That bugs me. What is the air base that's out in Arizona? That is bugging me because he just got reassigned there. That's where he's going to be retiring at because he's my sister's oldest boy. My sister lives out there. She's in Phoenix now. She moved from Sierra Vista to Phoenix now to be closer to her younger son, and her older boy there is let's see here. This Air Force bases. Oh, Luke Air Force Base. Yeah, he's reassigned at Luke Air Force Base. And I saw on the Facebook there, my private Facebook, there were some posts there that he was tagged. They were at the stadium there, so I'm sure he was watching the game, as far as that goes. And that's my. I have two nephews. The older boy is still in the Air Force. He's going to retire as a chief master. The younger boy got out right after he got back from. They both were in the Iraq War. They were both Air Force security police officers, and they were embedded with either the Marine, I think the Marines, or maybe the Army, when they were in Fallujah. They were in Fallujah and stuff like that. So they were in the real war. That's why I guess my big significance that when I was in the military, people say thank you. It's small compared to what I think my nephews did as far as they were in actual combat. and stuff like that. So God bless those that served, and we recognize that this weekend for that or had served um, for Veterans Day this weekend, Veterans Day weekend. The game tonight for Monday night, we got the Bills. Hopefully, the revenge game. It's up there in Buffalo. The Bills against the Broncos, and um, so the Broncos beating the Bills. The Bills got to turn it around here. They have to change it around. The only thing is that Miami, they're on a bye this week, I believe, and in the standings they're still one game ahead. So, and the Jets, they're knocking at the Bills' feet. Kansas City's still going strong, despite what Michael said yesterday. He says there's something going on. Yeah, they have their woes, but they're still 7-2. That's a pretty respectable win-loss. Ravens are 7-3. Jaguars, even with the loss, they're still leading in that division. Houston's coming up. I can see Houston, and Colts they're 500 to 5-5. That's in the American Conference. In the National Conference, of course, you got the Eagles, 8-1. I don't think there's any stopping them. The Cowboys, all they can hope for, I think, unless the Eagles implode over the next several weeks of this second half of the season, is a wild card spot. That's what they're talking about now. The commentators, they're talking about. You're seeing the charts coming up with who's the divisional leaders, but who's making that wild card. 49ers, they're 6-3, tied with the Seahawks. So the 49ers got to watch out for the Seahawks. Rams and Cardinals are down in the basement. Lions are going strong, 7-2. But the Vikings, they're showing something now with this new quarterback. And the Saints, 5-5, they're 500, and the Buccaneers are coming up behind them and stuff like that. That's a division that you have someone that's 500, but they're going to be going to the playoffs. So that's interesting. Last night, also, there was some NBA action. I'm just looking at the scores for the first time just to highlight some NBA. Let's see, what were the games last night? I'll just highlight Knicks won against the Hornets. The Nets beat the Wizards. Hey, there you go. Two New York teams, they both won. That's cool. Sixers beat the Pacers. 137 to 126. That's a high-scoring game. Let's see, what's that? I guess Boston didn't play last night. Lakers beat the Trailblazers. Warriors lost to the Timberwolves. That's funny saying the Warriors lost. Suns lost to the Thunder, and I guess Boston did play. They must have played Saturday. Saturday night, yeah. Celtics beat the Raptors. Cavaliers. Oh, Warriors played Saturday night too. Is that? Did they play 2 nights? Okay, Sunday they lost to the Timberwolves. Oh wow, they lost to Calvary. What's going on with the Warriors? And let's see, what's the standings here? The standings in NBA, 76ers are first. The Celtics are 2 at 7-2. Pacers, Heat, Hawks, Magic, Knicks, Bucks, and Nets. Bucks and Knicks are in the top 10, and Cavaliers are number 10. Where the hell are the Warriors? Wow, the Warriors are not even in the top 15. Oh, wait a minute. They're in the Western Conference. That's the Eastern Conference. I'm sorry. Let's see. Where's the Warriors? The Warriors they're number 6. I'm sorry. Okay. So, in the Western, you got Nuggets, Mavericks, Timberwolves, Rockies, Thunder, Warriors, Kings, Lakers, Suns. Denver team, they're monstrous. They were monstrous last year. But the Celtics are number 2 behind the 76ers in the East. I'm a Celtics fan. I do like the Nets and the Knicks. They're New York teams, but I was stationed up there at Hanscom Field, so I was in the Boston area for a while, and I acquired. I liked being being up there in the greater Boston area where I was stationed at. So that was fun. And I'll be highlighting basketball. I'll go over the scores and stuff. I won't, unless I don't know. I just like the football, but I got to write that down. The most significant thing that I saw this past weekend, other than those games in the NFL of who won and who lost, was it the Cleveland game? That was a significant game. The the Arizona game, Arizona beating the Falcons. Um, but the for me the I guess just seeing the Cowboys go 4th and 1 when they were fourth and goal. They were 1 yard away from the 4th and 1 at the goal line. Fourth and goal, I should say, with 1 yard to go, and they got stopped. And which they didn't mind. They usually do that. But then to see the Giants do it, that was something. It's like, whoa, okay. They're probably thinking, what do they got to lose? That's significant because I've seen more fourth and whatever yardage to go, teams going on 4th down, and as far as that goes, I had as lovers Pats, Jags, and Falcons. Okay. Oh, losers. I was gonna say, did you know somebody on the team there, Tina? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's you had them as losers. Yeah, Pats, Patriots. They're dismal. It's the worst record so far for the coach there, Belichick. He had this is the worst. And they highlighted him. I was watching that game, a little bit of it, before going on Bell King's fantasy football. But when he first got his start, he was only making $25 a week. So he's part-time coach, and but he's been a good call. He just has a team that I don't know. They're Mac Jones, their quarterback, is not doing it because his nonverbal that they were showing on the sideline. It's just like they just can't get it going as far as that goes. So. But that would be my most highlight for the weekend of football is both the Giants and Cowboys in the same game went for on 4th down as far as that goes. But like I said, the Giants I picked the Giants, but I knew the Giants were going to lose unless the Cowboys they imploded, which they're not. They're playing some good ball. Now, one of the subjects that came up during Bell King's fantasy football, or was it beforehand? Michael was saying something about Dak being MVP. I don't think Dak is. He's got some good stats, but there's other quarterbacks. It's always the quarterback. Well, that's because the quarterback has some good stats, and unless the people that control that MVP, they start focusing on other people that they're more significant. Maybe a receiver or running back. Running backs across the board in the NFL are not doing all that great. So. But as far as that goes, so there's our sports as far as that goes. So I do hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. I just did a lot of broadcasting, which was fun. And as far as that goes, I think and I didn't take a nap. If I would have took a nap, I probably would have been on the broadcast last night with Ted, Tony, and Brian, and which would have been fun. They're always a good bunch to hang out with online and talk about football and stuff like that. And all right, let's see, what else do we have? It's but I think I'm gonna take a break here. As far as that to get a second cup of coffee, and we're going. It's starting to get daylight out, but we're not going out. Me and the missus aren't going out for a walk for at least another hour, so I can stay on for another 30 minutes. And as far as that goes, so if you all please hang for about 1 or 2 minutes, and I will be right back. I want to get my coffee, and we'll continue for another 30-40 minutes and stuff. Hal comes on at 7, so I'll leave. Oh, okay, Tina. Where's Hal broadcasting at, Tina? I see. I follow him on Twitter, and I don't know if he's doing what, Instagram, TikTok, and he's still coming here on Twitch. Yeah, for Monday. I think he's bouncing around 3 different platforms. Okay, Tuesday's TikToks. What's today? Is today Twitter Live or Instagram? Tuesdays Friday. Let's see. Tuesdays TikTok, Thursdays Instagram, and he's at Friday's Twitch. Is he going to be on Twitch today? Maybe I'll bring him up on the big screen when I come back and get my coffee. Oh, he's on Facebook today. Okay, he does the Facebook thing. Yeah, I don't do the Facebook. I don't do Facebook, Twitter. Walt was on Instagram this weekend for a short bit. I think was it yesterday morning or no, Saturday morning. Him and Teddy, they were out on the beach and stuff like that. And I asked him, I want to see about getting him up here as well as you, Tina. I need to get you up here just to have you up on the broadcast and stuff like that for guest stars. But you're gonna go see Hal, so that's fine. I do have guest stars. I do have guest stars activated, so I can bring people up during the broadcast and stuff. So let's see. Let me check something here. Okay, I'm gonna go fresh my coffee, and I will be right back, folks. And we're back. I'm just sitting down here. Let me get my seat and get situated. And we are back. And ad starts in 4 or 5 minutes. We got ads in 5 minutes, folks. So, yeah, we got. So let's see, we're still carrying 4 people on the bean counter, so thank you very much for those that are watching the broadcast here. The extended version of the Monday morning coffee, 11, why does it say 6? That shouldn't say 6, that should say 12. I just noticed that. Let's go ahead and change that. That's not right. Okay, let's change this. Edit the, how did I get 11.6? I do a lot of copy and pasting, so and you can see that in my Twitter. When I post something on Twitter, it's always I make a mistake on the dates there. So today is the 13th, so we just corrected that here. Okay. Let's see. I used to have someone. Let's see. I used to have this individual named Chris Technician, But I had to, and I'll be forthright. I had to block Chris Technician because I didn't really care for what I saw on his Twitter feed. So if word gets back to Chris, he needs to clean up his Twitter feed because I don't. I can't, and I said this before, I can't be associated with, when I see somebody I follow and they have that type of stuff on their Twitter feed, I can't, it is, I didn't know about that. Yeah, you didn't, Tina? Oh, you're still here, Tina? Yeah, yeah, I think, I like Chris. I'd like Chris to come back, but as long as, and I have checked it once after I blocked him. I blocked him. That's just it crosses. Yeah, and that individual I don't talk about anymore, Tina. I don't really have any words for that individual that you just said. That's another person I don't really. I follow good broadcasters. I don't. I have some differences. I wish that individual the best, and I know he wishes me the best, and we just parted and stuff like that. As far as that goes, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. Did he? Yeah, yeah. His Twitter feed is, there's certain things social media is great, but when you post stuff that goes counter to what is, you know, decent and stuff like that, if you want to look at that sort of stuff, look, it's. I guess it's like having the Playboys underneath the mattress so the parents don't see it, but they eventually find it and they chew your ass out. So I remember that as a kid getting. I'm back. Sorry. Oh, okay, Tim. No, don't be sorry. You're all right. Hey, are you going to Florida, Tim? Tim said indicated yesterday when he was given plasma, which surprised the hell out of me. Um, I get it, but I just go there. No, that's fine, Tina. That's fine. That's just me. Okay. He has the individual has viewers, and I wish him the best and stuff like that. But it just comes to where it's best not to, you know. So no, thank God. Okay, you don't have to go. His grandma is okay. Okay, that's good to hear. Tim fan sort of indicate and. But you're so busy. No, that's fine, Tina. I don't. Believe me, I don't think any differently of you as far as going on. That's your prerogative, okay? That's your choice, and I respect that. And I just like with the Chris Technician thing, I'm surprised I wasn't on his Twitter feed. I like the kid. The kid is a good. I like him being here, but until he can clean up his Twitter feed, I can't. I just had there's certain principles that I'm old school too. I'm old school. I think Chris means the best and stuff like that, but uh, just clean up your Twitter feed, Chris. I'd like to have you back, and as far as that goes, it just I cannot. Well, if I was working, I definitely couldn't be associated with that type of stuff. As far as having a follower and stuff like that, because they scrutinize your social media places you go with and stuff like that, and anything dealing with certain work and stuff like that. If they saw that and said, "What are you watching this stuff? Why are you follow?" As far as that goes. So we have an ad break ends in a minute and a half, so we're in an ad break right now. Let me type my. We're standing by. Ding by. For ad break. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your, I think it's patience. Patennions. I don't know if I spelled. Thank you for your patience. There we go. Yeah, we got the ads going and stuff like that. I can see that. As far as with Chris, I'll check in another couple months or something like that. I don't think he's going to change and stuff like that, but that's his prerogative as far as doing his stuff. But I have to do what I got to do. I can't, by me following somebody, it's sort of like 30,000 square feet and 5 feet of foam. Oh, wow. Okay, I have 5 commercials, but need to leave. Look, okay, okay, Tina. Okay, Tina. Tina, thank you. Tina's leaving us to go to Hal Moss's. Okay, and Tim, are you seeing the commercials? Do you see the commercials right now, Tim? Can you hear me? Now, if he answers, that means he's not seeing the commercials. So let's see. And Tim Fan saying, "Have a great day too." Okay. And let's see. Are we done with the commercials? Yeah, I think we're done. Tim, are you there? Did you see the commercials? I'm just curious because Tim's a VIP also. I'm still trying to understand these commercials. I think Tony said he. I thought Tony said he doesn't see them, but okay, you're back. Yes, you do see them. I thought you didn't. I thought you weren't supposed to see them as a VIP. What is going on there? I made you. You're a VIP. You're in the VIP box. I have to research that. I don't know what's going on with there. You're back. Okay, so you see the commercials also. So it's just like, what's the purpose of having a VIP if you don't get that special thing? You don't have to see the commercials. Yes, you did see the commercials. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, but anyway, again, I wish. Let's see, Tony, you're not supposed to see them when you're subscribed. Yeah, I know about subscribe, but I thought as far as the VIP, also you weren't supposed to see them and stuff like that. And the only other thing was to make you a moderator, but I'm not going that route. I'm not making anybody a moderator. No, I can moderate my own broadcast and stuff. I'm not lazy as far as that goes. But just to finish, what's that? I'm just laughing. Oh, I thought you said. Oh, I just put my foot in my mouth, didn't I? I talk to the missus. I say I'm not lazy, and she starts laughing. So. Oh, I know, because I know what you're saying. Oh, okay. But Tony says debunked. Lots of laugh. Yeah. But just to finish up with Chris Technish, I wish him well. And if Jeeves, I know you talk with him, he just needs to clean up his. I wish him well. There's no hard feelings between him and me. Of course, the other individual that Tina brought in, that she watches, and I know you watch. I don't go on that broadcast anymore. We had some disagreements and stuff like that. It just came down to. Yeah, I give respect to the utmost, but when that respect is stepped on, I don't really care for that. So I just watch. Lots of laugh. Rich lazy, yeah. Tim Fan says he goes. You like this comment, Pam? He goes, lots of laugh. Rich lazy? No. No, I am Tim. I am. I'll admit I am a lazy person at times.
No, that's what I was laughing because I figured you were referencing somebody.
Oh, she's referencing the individual that I don't go on.
I thought you were referencing that person.
Oh, that person. No, I was okay. No, she thought I was referencing the person that Tina mentioned and stuff. And again, I wish him and his family the best, but I don't really care for his broadcast or his moderators. And some of the people that are over there, they're not. Um, I just don't really. We just don't agree. We agree that we disagree, so we move on and stuff like that. And there was some things being said that got back to me from other people, and even though it was third party, it was trusted sources to where I just shook my head, saying, "Oh my God, this is that's." It was so happish, when we talk about haps, and I think haps still has a use because we can relate to certain things that we do as a broadcasting now that situation. I just walked away saying, "Okay, you got your broadcast." It was so happish because it was just I just asked a simple question. It was a sentence. It was probably less than a dozen words. It just asked a question. It wasn't derogatory or anything like that. And Helen, sorry I'm back. What? Oh, you didn't really miss much. It just I'm just trying to explain to myself why I'm not lazy and the missus, and actually I'm lazy in some cases with the missus. But lots of laugh. Your wife needs to get on your show. Well, she is when you hear her voice, but and that's as far as it's going to go. I don't really care for family members being exposed to the camera and stuff. And
He's afraid I'll take over.
yeah, I'm afraid she'll take over and I'll lose my show. No, I do appreciate your commentary and stuff like that. I think the folks here and Tim Fan comes in with Hap sucks. Yeah, Hap sucks from that aspect that and this particular individual that is a big time broadcaster. You know, there's no doubt in that matter. You know, he does get the numbers and stuff, which I could care less about really. It was about the individual and but that individual. Let's see, she's already definitely a part of the show. Yeah, that's what I tell her when we're on that walks. And I think do you enjoy making the comments and stuff as far as?
Yeah, because when I don't feel, well, I'm not feeling it, I don't say nothing.
Oh yeah, if she's saying something, it's because she wants to say something. I'm not, believe me, because I used to be real anal as far as I wouldn't want anybody to talk. Remember those days and stuff? Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I just get a little noise from the living room. Oh man, this is. I get all bent out of shape and stuff. But and I've relaxed a lot more and stuff like that. So again, going back to the individual that Tina brought up, just to address that because she mentioned his name. I won't mention his name because I do have a little respect and reserve that I'm not going to trash him. And Tina, Lady Leg liked her comments. Yeah. But it was one of those things when you have a difference with somebody, it's best just to walk away and not lose any sleep because there's more important things to worry about. Would I like to get back and make amends with? It's not my part to make amends because I wasn't in the wrong and stuff. I felt I was wrong.
Let you.
Huh?
Won't let you.
Oh, and the missus won't let me. She does not really care for this individual as far as when several items came out and stuff like that. He does have a big following, and again, do I respect that? It's okay. I see people with thousands and thousands of viewers and stuff like that. It's like, okay, there's people watching that for a certain purpose and stuff like that. Just like you all. I think you guys, that my audience, this is a safe place. People may have differences and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna do. You know, again, we have haps to revert back to where I am not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get in arguments. I'm not gonna get in debates. I'm not gonna get upset. If I get to the point where I'm upset, this is my broadcast, okay? I made this broadcast. I maybe with a little help, and I'll publicly say this, Chris Technician helped me, okay? Anybody else that says they helped me, well, you all helped me too, okay? But I'm just saying, overall, the basic broadcasting, Chris Technician helped me on getting where I'm at on Twitch. I can honestly say that. Along with some other comments when somebody says they made me and stuff like that, is like, no, you're the person that said that is just a dumbass at that time. I'm not going to go into detail on that, Tim. It's just like I want to keep it clean, but there's certain points when, because I know that person's name is going to be brought up and it's going to be a big time thing. And I wish him and his family the best. But no, well, you could say I've done it myself, but you guys helped. The chat helped because you guys you're very good on the chat. I think I would honestly say I got a smarter group. I know you all go over there, and Tim, you can go over. I don't care. You can. I won't think any differently of you. Believe me, I won't, because this is the internet. But I'm just explaining why I'm no longer there. With that goes. And let's see, Helen. Well, I'm not I would normally say that too, Rich. I usually let shit go, but yeah, I know, Helen. Recently, a certain individual has crossed several lines, including slandering me and disrespect, hating everybody from hates seems keen, influence friendships. So I am going to do the right to reply stream. And yeah, and that's what, and you have every right to do that, Helen. I'm not going to say you have every right. I know what you're talking about. I would like it differently because I think you're both very, very smart and intelligent women. But I know where you're coming from. Okay, as far as that goes. So it's like I said, you have to do what you have to do, and as far as that goes, but and I'd like. How can I say it? Because I don't want you getting mad at me as far as that goes. Because but I understand that. I heard about that, and I'm sorry to hear that it went down that way because and that's where I don't want to go. Okay, I want to keep your friendship. The individual I know I have disagreements with and stuff like that as far as that goes, but I like a good conversation, and that's your opinion as far as that goes. And I think that what went down. But with my situation with this big time broadcaster, and I know there's got to be things being said because it's ringing in my ear. So I'm not going to lose any sleep about it. I am definitely not going to lose any sleep about it because I've already addressed it and I've moved on. But there's certain things, and I do have certain people. There's some people that come back, not of recently, okay, which is good because that tells me that I'm moving on and I don't care about it anymore. The fact that especially the audience that's over there, where they don't even come on this show to find out what I'm doing, like I'm losing it because of my retirement. That's being disrespectful. I am enjoying the hell out of my retirement. I like to stream because no drama. Yeah, I try. We have brushed up and we've gone close, but yeah, I don't like the drama. Exactly, Tim. I don't like the drama, and that's why I like it. But when we make fun of you saying Hap sucks because that's the drama on this internet, especially in this forum on live streaming. It just reminds me of Hap. I don't think we had that type of drama when we were back in the Blab days. I don't remember that. We all had fun. Okay, guys, I have to get back to work. Okay, Tim, you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later, sir. Tim Fan coming in from Michigan, leaving us as far as that goes. But going back to Helen, addressing her, you have every right to feel the way you feel, Helen. And let's see. Well, snide comments was made in Tony's broadcast by someone pertaining to the situation a few days ago, Rich, but because you have a person block, you won't have seen it.
Oh.
Because you have a person block, you won't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't have that person blocked, though, Helen. That's what I'm going to be full disclosure. I was on guest stars with that individual, unless you're talking about another individual. I don't have her. I don't have any reason. She's never been on my broadcast. She was on the broadcast. If that's who you're talking about, unless you're talking about somebody differently. Well, a snide comment was made in Tony's broadcast by someone pertaining to that situation a few days ago, but because you have a person blocked, you wouldn't have seen it.
Randy?
Don't say that name. Oh, the person I'm talking about, the big time broadcaster? I'm not sure. No, I'm talking about your my situation. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, you're talking. Okay, yeah. If you're on there, okay, you were, yeah. I have that broadcaster blocked. I'll make no bones about it. I could say that now. Someone made a snide comment. I don't care anymore at this point. I guess that's the point I'm getting to, Helen. I don't care anymore. They can say whatever. They can call me an effing idiot and all that, and I don't really give a rip's ass because I'm past that. Okay. If anything, maybe, hopefully, I don't know, with your situation, which is a completely different situation, believe me, because that's. I just made a certain comment asking a question, and it just got blown out. And because I didn't want to be a mod anymore. I guess there was an offense. Why would you want to do that? You're somebody. If you're I don't really give a rip's ass. On Tony's stream. Okay, on Tony. Oh, okay. It's probably one of them. Okay, you're talking about one of their mods. Okay, as far as that goes. What I'm saying is that hasn't been let go. It's still being, oh, on their end, if they don't, I don't care about them. If they don't let it go, that's on them. I could give a rip's ass. I'm just saying it because Tina mentioned it, and I want to make it known that if you go on that individual, I don't care. You're here, and we're talking about things, and this is a safe place, and that's the way I want it. So I guess I'm getting past it even more so because I can loosen up and talk about it, and I don't really give a rip's ass. Okay, I'm not bad mouthing them. I wish them the best, but I know there's when you get to the impression that you're bigger than a lot of other people that are and all that, and you're all over the board, that I don't need to listen to you. It's counterproductive. Again, and that's why I'm always refreshing. We only have a short amount of time here, and I'm not wasting my time on people that think they're the cat's ass, I guess, all the time and stuff. Yes, my situation's totally different, and I don't even want to have drama, but I absolutely will not have someone lying about me and slander me. And I'll be bringing all the receipts. There's always a video and stuff like that. And I know exactly what you talk about, Helen, but I only ask, maybe, I don't know, as a friend, just do it on a common cool. You can show your passion and stuff, but I don't like you getting like that, because it just it's you're a better person being on an even keel. I always say, because I've been there. I've been where I've been, and the missus tells me, "What the f are you worried about that for?" And stuff like that. She puts me back on the straight and narrow, and that's one of the things I'm very thankful for, because if I wasn't married to her, I'd be there's things that make you angry, okay, and there's things you have to address. You have to address them, and maybe that's what I'm doing right now. I'm addressing it because I know on the other side, for my situation, as far as with this other broadcaster, that there's people in his broadcasting saying shit about me. I don't really give a flying toot, okay? I don't give a flying toot. It doesn't bother me in the least. It just rolls. I have to laugh about it, and that's what I do. I make a joke about it because that's what it is. It's all a big joke at this point now, as far as that goes. But the big thing, the big loss in this situation, my situation is, my respect was stepped on. The respect that I offered that individual, it was stepped on. It wasn't taken serious. There was people over there that don't even come up and broadcast. They were taken more serious and stuff. And then the lemmings, I call the mods that this individual has. They're lemmings. They can't think for themselves. They're overzealous. That's why I won't have mods. If I can't mod myself, I won't live stream. I think an individual, and even if you're a big time broadcaster, which this individual has a lot of people, but a big time broadcaster where you have thousands and thousands, you hire somebody to be your mod, because then there's a responsibility. I hate fake two-piece. Exactly, Ellen. We're on the same page of the fake two-faced people. And that's what needs addressed by me. Yeah, you got to get it out of your system, then, Helen. The only thing I ask, if there's any possible way, you two guys, because both of you are in my eyes are generally good people. Okay, I know you have your differences and stuff like that. My situation with the broadcaster that I won't watch anymore doesn't even come close. You guys are better people than that individual. But then again, I know how you got certain comments are being said and stuff like that, and which isn't right. But I'm not trying to be half-assed and be in the middle and stuff like that. But it's just that it's something you have to address. But I totally agree with you. Fake two-faced people, which in my case, definitely applies. Nope, I'm going to. Okay, I'm not gonna acknowledge that comment, but I can see where you're coming from. She should, in some cases, but I think it's better, because what did I say? Helen, you're gonna laugh at this one. I'm just gonna revert back to today, the national day. You know what the national day today? The national day is be kind. No, you're not gonna be kind. I know where you're coming from, Helen. You got to do what you got to do, okay? And that's fine as far as that goes. But today is Be Kind Day. It's the final. No, it's raw, and I know. In all serious, putting the laughing aside, I know exactly how you feel, and you have to do what you have to do. But the thing is, the consequences, the individual's going to do what that individual's going to do. Button heads, and you got to put. Hopefully, it goes to the point it's put in a place, and I guess that's what I'm expressing right now. My situation's in a place. It's just a joke now. Yours is more raw, and I say that very, very sincerely. I know it's real raw for you, okay? I've known you long enough online to know that. If someone is going to call me crazy and psycho and a stalker, Rich, nah, you crossed the line, and I have been kind. That's the problem. I've been too kind. Yeah, yeah. But you can't let it take over your. You think about it and stuff like that, but it has to finally go to a place to where you can say, I'm not worried about that anymore. And hopefully, as time goes on, because this is still raw, and this is, I'm going to put this situation with you and the other individual with you. That's more raw than my situation. My situation is a joke. It's literally a joke. Other than the fact, the 1 point, respect, and I think there's a little bit of that because I just think cooler heads prevail greatly in the end and stuff like that. So that's why I say do it with a cooler head and stuff like that. Make your point, and then you have to move on. I guess is what I'm trying to say, and I guess it's a good conversation. You have to move on because there's been situations as far as that goes. Now, in my situation, will I ever reconcile? No, the missus already said I am. When she writes an individual off, that's it. I don't even say the individual's name. Well, I shouldn't say the individual name, but with everything, I wish that person that I don't watch anymore the best to him and his family. I don't mention any ill will, as much bad talk that does happen on that individual's broadcast, even from his comical son, as far as that goes, that doesn't know me, along with a lot of people that watch his broadcasts and stuff like that. I'll be setting the record straight, putting facts out there. Okay, that's you have a broadcast that you can do that, and as far as that goes, and you address it. My situation, I guess this is my way of addressing it, sort of beating around the bush, because I don't want to, like I said, I wish the individual, in my case, him and his family the best in real life. In real life, you want, this internet stuff, I guess, the old saying, I got a thick enough, I got pissed, believe me. When this situation went down with this individual with me, I was pissed because it's like I thought the person was smarter than that, but the emotion got the best of this individual, and as far as I can see, because of what I was said and what I was told by from other sources and stuff like that, and I just got to the point where I had to laugh. I said, "Really? We couldn't have a side conversation, or else." The person was, I don't know. I'm just going to drop it now. It's just beating around the bush. But you got to do what you got to do, Helen. And I'm not going to think any differently of you because I know the situation. I wish it was differently, just from my point, because I do think both you have, and I'm not saying, but you just have to do what you have to do. Well, I'm just going to leave it at that as far as that goes, because it just. You get trying to explain stuff too long, but I do enjoy your broadcasts. I enjoy you being up here, as far as that goes, and I'm not going to take any sides. But I could well, let me pull that back. I could see where you are really upset as far as that goes, and I just think things would be better if both parties have maybe a clearer mind or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in your shoes, Helen. So, but I can see that you are very upset, and I've known you long enough to when you get upset, there's a legitimate reason. As far as that, the difference between us, I'm not fake or two-faced, and I don't lie about people. Oh, yeah. The difference. Oh, am I two-faced? I'm just saying, it's just like the difference between us. I don't know if you mean me and you, or you and the individual that you have a difference with, and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna. I used to be two-faced. I used to play both sides of the fence, but I'm trying not to here, as far as that goes, and because I know I'm going to have you up on this broadcast talking to them, and we won't talk about that bit, but like I said, I have had, on full disclosure, it's up there. I've had that individual up on this broadcast, and I have talked to her, and I'm not going to take sides. That's between you and her, as far as I'm concerned. As far as that goes, I'll just be straight up with you. I'm gonna let it where it lies. No, the difference between me and her. Oh, okay, okay. I'm thinking that I'm pretty sure that's what you meant and stuff like that. So that's just put that as a funny, okay? It's just like, but as far as that goes, so is her, okay? Yeah, that's just like me with the difference that I had with my individual. So we all have those. I think we're not immune to them. There's some people back on HAPS. I mean, there's an individual on HAPS that I just, and you know who I'm talking about. The person that had the rose. That person was the epitome of freaking vile people. I can say that because the individual would not even, had no concern other than the individual self. Yes, like I said, someone who said she hates everyone from HAPS. She sure wants to hang out. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I didn't take that. I thought, I thought she got along with people on HAPS and stuff. There was people. I could not stand Michael at one point. But I'm back with Michael. I understand where he's coming from. He's still, as far as that goes. I know you don't really like him too much, but I still hang out with him and stuff. But I know where he's at. I know where he is in front of me. I can hang out with him compared to the other individual that I can't hang out with anymore because he's not the individual's not respectful in my eyes, my opinion. It was an outright in my situation, Helen. And I came to the conclusion. Remember when Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith? My situation was, I just asked a question, just like Chris Rock made a joke. It was a joke, okay? And what is it? Will Smith got up there and clocked Chris Rock. I was Chris Rock. My individual was Will Smith. Now we look at it, Will Smith and his so-called wife, they're not even married. And they're separated, divorced. And so Will Smith is at a loss because there's no way Chris Rock, and he's addressed it. He had a show on, we saw on Netflix. It was one of his first broadcasts after that incident happened. And he addressed it. So I don't care. I move on. It's just like that's person and whatnot. I felt the same way. Let's see, Helen. Yep, but at least you knew what you were getting with her. The rose. She was upfront about being. Oh, that is true. Oh my God, that is so true. I'd rather have that than. Yeah, yeah. But then again, there was a big pause that. As far as people have a tendency of forgetting things that they did, especially over there on HAPS, as far as that goes and stuff. Some people over on HAPS thought they were bigger than light, and they think they're still bigger than light, and they're just another broadcaster. I don't care if you have 80 people. Now, Helen, I have an ad break. Are you seeing the ads? Helen, no, that's right. You don't see the ads. You got the Prime. Okay, I'm a little confused on the. That's right. You're a Prime gamer, so that's you won't see the ads. Okay, I get a little miffed because Tony sees the ads and Tim Fan sees the ads, and they're both VIPs. And I always thought VIPs didn't see the commercials, as far as that goes. So, oh, this loss. Let's see. But Helen, I do want I do you have an open invitation to come up here every time when you're available for. But we won't talk about that, okay? We can talk about it. I guess this will be the one time we talk about it. But there's I guess I want my broadcast to be other more positive things. I want it to be a safe place as far as that goes, and I hope you don't think any less of me. I also have. Oh, you're a subscriber. That's right. You're a subscriber. That's right. Thank you. That's right. So I guess you do think highly of me if you're subscribing to me. So, I can. Certain situations, I'll try and put a funny, joking type. I know in your situation, it's no joking matter. It's serious, and I know you're serious. Okay. So, but I do appreciate your insight as far as that goes. No, I would never talk about. Okay. Yeah, that's. Thank you, Helen. Yeah, that's and I'm sure the other, because I would explain the same thing to the other individual and stuff like that. But you have to do what you got to do, and I don't think any and maybe that will give the other individual some insight as far as that goes. And as far as that goes, that's why I'm doing a dedicated stream about it. One and done. Yeah, one and done. Yeah. Get it out of your system. That's what you got to do. Get it out. And I have my situation. I don't want to go into details because it just it's not worth it. In my situation, it's not raw like yours. Yours is a lot more raw. I don't think I've ever gotten that well, other than the Rose. The Rose, she really ticked me off. Oh my God, I can talk about that. The Rose, she's just an example of. Why is anybody even following this individual? Why is anybody even giving this? And that's what I didn't like. I didn't care about Michael, and I've told Michael this personally. Why are you even giving her a platform? They kept on giving the benefit of the doubt, the benefit of the doubt, the benefit of the doubt. No, that individual. And I used to follow the person over on Haps. I followed the individual on Twitter, and it just got to the point. I blew up one time, and I think you were in the broadcast also. Because she was bad mouthing yourself, or bad mouthing you, and I didn't like that. It's like, what the hell are you saying this for, lady? It's just like you're not the Queen of Sheba or something like that, and that's what she gave the impression that she was. How come this light is? Oh, okay, there we go. So, the battery's low on my phone. I forgot to plug it in. So, and. I'll talk about. Let's see. It's about disrespect. I'm done being disrespected. I don't do that. Yeah. And respect is very important to me. And I respect what you have to do. But then again, and I hope you understand. I have to, the individual. Like I said, I'm making full disclosure. She was up here, and stuff like that. And but I'm not going to have pull to you. I'm not going to be a men's maker or stuff like that. But you have to do what you have to do, and certain circumstances I have by talking about my situation, but I'm not going to be forthcoming because it doesn't warrant to that. Like your situation, I mean that's my situation. It's better just to leave, I guess. It's stuff like that because there's no changing the individual I'm talking about. Though I wish that individual and his family the best, okay, in real life. I don't wish anybody bad things and stuff like that. I know you're the same, but this is a situation where you got to address it, and you have to address it. That's how you get past things, by addressing it and stuff like that. And respect for me is very important. In my case, it was a little. It's like I was just bewildered. In my case, I was just like, really, Just ask a simple. And my question, okay, your situation, there was words being said, okay? My situation, I didn't even say anything derogatory. That's what blew me away. I asked a simple question. I already know the narrative will be spun and twisted, but the truth remains the truth. Yeah, regardless, yeah. That's the thing. I'm baffled with my situation. I laugh at it now, but I'm still bewildered. I just asked a simple question, and then I asked to be not be a mod anymore, and that I was raked over the coals. 5 minutes after I left that broadcast, I was told. Actually, somebody sent me the transcript. Sent me the transcripts of what was said, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, really? Just goes to show you on people, I guess, and stuff like that. So, and this is the most I've ever really talked about it in a roundabout way because people say, well, what's his name? I don't really need to say the freaking person's name. I don't care to. That's my prerogative. And I'm moving. I've moved on. I have moved on. I laugh about it when it's brought up behind the scenes here. It's not live or stuff like that. It's talked about behind the scenes and stuff like that. So, but we have to all deal with it in our own way, and Helen, and I think nonetheless of what you're doing as far as that goes. It's just, but I do hope it eventually gets out of your system and you move on with things and stuff like that, because you are a good broadcaster, and that's the thing I had to contend with. Is like, I'm gonna still hear, I'm gonna still see. I dealt with it accordingly. I dealt with it. That's why you have block capability. That's why you you don't give the person any mind as far as like me. I'm not going to say the individual's name. It was said in the chat here, but that's okay. I don't care. I don't speak. I don't think any less of Tina or anybody else that goes on that individual's broadcast. That's their prerogative. It no bones. It's like, have fun and stuff like that. And words will be said. It's like and there's people that say words that they don't know what they're talking about. And such was the case when the so-called comment of why I left is, oh, his retirement. He's freaking. I will enjoy retirement, but let me tell you, it's the best thing I could have done, and even health-wise, I think it was better for me. I'm enjoying my life to the fullest here, as far as and it's a more relaxing atmosphere for me, as far as I don't have to worry about certain things and stuff like that, because I did have some responsibilities that were starting to concern me, that it's like, you know what, I need to pass this on to somebody younger as far as that goes, because I want to live as long as I can as far as on things. Well, that's why I felt as a firefighter when I quit the volunteer fire department. It's just like, I don't want to find myself in a situation where I accidentally get killed or something like that, and I didn't really have to be there. Let's see, Helen, I don't normally ever talk about anyone, but this needs to be done. Yeah, and I know where you're coming from there, Helen, and my people will still be my people. If anyone chooses to think lesser of me for just telling the truth and sticking up for myself, can frankly, yeah, F off. Yeah, I agree. F, yeah, that's the way I feel too. I don't want these people. Yeah, and I don't think anything differently. But I hope you understand. I don't think any differently the other person, but I can see, I guess what I'm saying is I'm not taking sides. But you have a legitimate reason, okay? There's, and as far as that goes, so you have to do what you have to do, and stuff like that. And hopefully the other person can see that and come to terms or something like that. But you need to do that outrightly. I agree, and stuff like that. And I won't think anything less of you, as far as that goes. And if the person thinks, oh, well, why are you hanging out with Helen? It's like, that's my prerogative. I'll tell the individual flat out. I want both of you here. I like talking to both of you, but this is between you and that other individual, and that's Now, if we were neighbors or something like that, I'd probably be a little bit differently because we're neighbors. But then again, how's that any different than being online? I don't know, because you're close by. I guess I don't know. It, probably because we'd be talking about it a lot more or something like that. So, um, as far as that goes, but I do truly, with that aside, I do like both your inputs on what you have to talk about with your particular expertise and stuff like that, and um, as far as that goes, and so I think I know you understand that as far as that goes. So hopefully this is helping a little bit talking about it, Helen, as far as maybe relieving a little pressure because I don't like it when and when you and I've seen you really frustrated on when we're over in Hap, especially with that Rose person and stuff like that, and I don't like because it's it's counterproductive, I guess, to have somebody get under your skin, and that individual could get under your skin for Christ's sakes. I've never seen anybody that bad. The other person is fake AF. I don't care what her opinion is, but try to get other people to think differently about me. But trying to get other people to think differently about me by lying and assuming my character is just yeah, you're gonna do what you want to do and stuff like that. So, and if you want to tell me to f off and stuff like that, I'll respect that. Okay, you have that level and stuff like that because I know where you're very passionate at things and stuff like that, and I've been quiet on it. I've not said anything so far, but I'm done dip- being diplomatic. Well, yeah, I could see what you're saying, being diplomatic and stuff like that, but I guess I'm at the point where I try and be kind and stuff like that, unless it really, Um, but like I said, if a situation arises, like my situation, I just block them and say you're out of my, I'm not going to go bother you. Don't bother me, and just leave it at that, and then press on and talk with good people such as yourself, Tony, even Michael. Michael's in my good graces. I know you have some disagreement with Michael, but I can tolerate Michael. Michael tolerates me. He tries to get in arguments. I told him flat out, I'm not arguing with you like I did in Haps. I'm not going to get into that mode. I'm here to discuss things, talk about things, um, you know, um, more on a positive note and stuff like that. I'm not going to go, you know, get on my political bandwagon of talking about political things because believe me, I could probably do a 2 hour show just on our current president as far as how I feel about him and stuff like that. And that says it in a nutshell right there. And it won't be anything positive about the current president. But I respect the office of presidency to the fact that I know there's going to be an election. And other than him or his current vice president, if it's somebody that's on the other side or something like that, hopefully it's somebody different and stuff like that because I've never seen a situation. Thank God this country is greater than one person that sits in the presidency. That's all I got to say. But that's my take on it, stuff like that. So this has been a good. I enjoy this type of conversation in general, Helen, and I do hope it helps you because do what you have to do. I like I said, I'm not going to think anything less of you and stuff like that because I know you have reasons and stuff like that, and to address it, and it should be addressed as far as that goes, and stuff. I hope. Let's see, Helen. Right. But this person is determined to be around and intimate inner circles, so it's not just as simple as blocking because she won't. Okay, I mean the internet is such a big place. Apparently, yeah, she hangs out in the same limited places. Yeah, I just had her up on the thing, and that was a first. I don't think we have. I have. There's definitely differences between our outlook on things, but we had a good discussion Saturday on those things we did discuss, and as far as that goes, and there's a few things that were said. That she said in the past, I don't really agree with totally and stuff like that. But that's that individual's prerogative and stuff. and as far as that goes, and it's just like, um, but I have, how can I put this? I haven't been. Let's just say the individual that I don't go on that individual's broadcast. They slapped me. Okay, they sucker punched me as far as that goes. So I think your situation is the same situation in a sense, but I'm not gonna, you have to deal with it accordingly as far as that goes. So, um, uh, and let's see what's that? Oh, that's just the title. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I corrected. I just looked at the title came up. I forgot to put. It's 11 point. I forgot. I got to edit my title again. I forgot to put a dot after the date. It's 11.13.2013. Oh man, I have no sense of the thing there. All right. Hey, Tortilla MD, first time chatter. Thank you for being here. But we're getting ready to exit stage left. I've been on here. Oh, we're coming up on 2 hours. Are you in MD? Are you in the medical field, Tortilla? As far as that goes, thank you for being here. We've been on for coming up on 2 hours here, and thank you for being here. Oh, you are in the medical? Okay. I just when I see MD, I always automatic, I see on the license plate blah 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 MD, and it's medical. It's a doctor and stuff like that. So, thank you for being here. Appreciate. I'm up here in upstate New York. I'm not sure where you are in this on this blue marble. If you're here in the States or if you're overseas. And Helen, I'm sorry I didn't mean to bring your. No, you didn't bring it down, Helen. No, believe me, this is a good conversation. I'm just gonna say, I just don't want to cross a line to make you, you're upset. I don't want to make with that situation. I don't want to make I don't want to be the person that puts salt in the wounds that you have right now. Okay. And I'm just trying to smooth it over and stuff. Oh, you're in Seattle, but on vacation in Seoul. Oh, currently you're over in Seoul, Korea. I've been to Seoul, or no, I never went to Seoul, but I was stationed in Korea when I was in the Air Force years back. But Helen, no, you did not, you never, no. I like talking. I like having a discussion. This has been a good discussion. As far as talking about it, and I think talking about it in a very respectable way. No, all good. Okay, yeah, we're definitely, Helen, we're good. Believe me, we're good. That's why I'm just staying on here talking about it because, as far as I know, it's good to talk about it, and you know where I'm coming from. I know where you're coming from, and stuff like that. And I do really respect you as far as what you do and what you work. What I've seen you've done here and stuff like that, or else we wouldn't be having this conversation as far as that goes. And I do. So don't take it that this brought the because we're talking about this in general, and anybody, like I said, in my situation, there's people that watch this and they run back to the person I don't watch anymore. Oh, you know what, fireman Rich? I don't care about that. I'm caring about you, and I use it as an example because I can now because I'm past it. And we have those situations, and I know you have to do what you have to do as far as that goes. If the other person doesn't like it, well, that's their prerogative, and they have to deal with it accordingly and stuff like that. I'm not going to think anything anything differently as far as that goes, because I really enjoy you being here on this broadcast. I enjoy having you up as far as that goes. I did, and this is full disclosure, I did enjoy having that other individual up on Saturday, and we talked about things because I think she knows that there is apparent differences between my views and her views, but we're both Americans and we both have a common thing and stuff, and that's off the beaten traffic of your situation and stuff. That's what I enjoy doing and stuff like that. The stuff that. But stuff has to be. There's certain situations that have to be addressed, I guess, and don't think that you. This has been a good conversation. I I want to say thank you for, sharing that, I guess, because, and that the other person's watching and doesn't like well, that's I'm not going to lose any sleep about it and stuff like that. If the person, you have to talk, you have to have a dialogue of some sort, and agree to disagree. And like I said, I'm just going back to the situation I had that I think is comical now. And I can say that it is comical at this point. But someone says, "Well, you should go back," and I don't need to go back. I could care less, okay? Because I know the individual in my situation cares less, even more so, and people that are on that broadcast are just a bunch of lemmings. I can say that. That's my opinion, and that's I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to tell them to F off or anything like that. But it just there's some people in his chat I could probably tell F off, but it doesn't produce anything. It doesn't move the ball forward. And I think by just putting it in its place and off to the off to the side and up on the shelf, it puts it in its place as far as that goes. What's going on there? Oh, I hit the Z button. Okay. We are at 2 hours, and I want to, let's see, we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here, Helen. I think we've talked more or less about it and stuff like that. So I do appreciate you being here, Helen, and sharing that a little bit. I do have a good day, really. I want you to have a good day, girl. Have a good day and stuff as far as that goes. But we're at 2 hours, and I got to get my butt in gear because we're coming up to the top of an hour. The sun is out. I need to go take a walk with the missus. So let's go ahead and hit the outro music. And let me cursor this down a little bit. I want to say thank you to Mr. Twix Jeeves, from my good friend from the Blab Days. Thank you for being here, sir. Coming in from Vancouver. Thank you, real Ted Hicks. Ted Hicks coming in from Long Island, taking the train into New York City. Real Ted Hicks, thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Tina, our Jersey girl, coming into the broadcast. She's over there on Hal Moss's broadcast right now. I guess he's over on Facebook. He's all over the place and stuff. He's sort of like Tony, and thank you, Tony D, for being here, my friend. Thank you for being in the broadcast. Thank you, Tim Fan, checking in from Michigan. Tony coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia. And I want to say a big thank you to Helen, our girl that's out there over there in Scotland, in Edinburgh, Scotland. And we appreciate you being here, Helen. And again, a great conversation. A good conversation, okay? A good conversation. And things have to be said, and I want to say thank you for first-time chatter, Tortilla _ MD, coming in. Is over there in Seoul, but is originally from Seattle, Washington. Thank you for being here on the broadcast. And thank you all those that were watching here on Twitch. And also thank you for those that are watching on the replay on Rumble and YouTube, where you can follow me on YouTube at Fireman Rich, at Richard M. Roberts, but on Rumble it's at Fireman Rich, and I'm also on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and X/Twitter as at Fireman Rich. And I'm also over there, I have a Facebook page, public Facebook page, The Real Fireman Rich, over there on Facebook. But I broadcast on Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and X/Twitter. It's the same on Facebook. It's across those 4 boards. I post the same stuff. All right, folks. You all have a good one. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here on the Twitch, wishing you all well on this Monday, the start of a new week. You all have a great one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care. Thanks again, Helen. You have a great day, girl.